So we're here again with one of my good friends, best friend, closest friends here in the city of Milwaukee. Someone I've been knowing for a long time, and Markell Thompson has been doing his thing. Always staying active and accomplishing his goals. So thank you, Markell, for doing this for us, for doing this video.
No problem, man.
So Markell, can you give us your first and last name, please?
Markell Thompson.
Okay, Markell, that's what's up. And Markell, obviously, we've been friends for years now. I've seen you grow, you know what I'm saying? And you're from Milwaukee, right?
Born and raised.
Okay, what part?
Grew up was born September 28, 1983.
Okay.
Grew up on 50th and Hampton. Went to school at, I think now, Blessed Savior, Northeast, West, I don't know which one it is, but at that time it was called Mother of Perpetual Help.
Okay.
From there, then turned to Resurrection Catholic Academy, had a lot of names.
Okay.
And then finally went to Dominican, played basketball, football. Then I went to Mississippi because my grades weren't as well as they should be.
Wait, before you went to Mississippi, though, I mean, you just jumped over like 20 years right there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not sure your age or anything, but when you, in grade school, where was the grade school at again? Middle school, grade school?
I think that's 54th and Villard.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. And then, were you in any activities then?
Played basketball. I had also played. At the time it was called Pee Wee football.
Okay.
At St. Bernadette.
Oh, okay.
Did pretty well there. Played with the Tigers as a youth and the Cowboys as teams were.
Yeah.
Had a little rivalry with the little Packers. Shout out to my boy Justin Nemeth. That was a good little rivalry at the time. From there I went to Dominican. I think I played football there against you a couple times.
Oh, you was with me. We were on the same team. St. Bernadette.
St. Bernadette.
Oh yeah, I think
you would lose.
I would run past you, but those were
you would run past me because I was going to get sacks.
Yeah, right. So I was running back. I was all the way down the field.
Yeah, I was getting sacks.
All right. Let's not get distracted here.
Right.
So you left. You played these sports. Very active. After there, you went to Dominican High School. What was that experience like?
That experience was pretty close-knit. I mean, it was a small school, but I think our classes, it wasn't nobody who wouldn't talk to anybody, whether it be white, black, or whatnot. Nobody really was like, guys had their, their joint sessions where we guys ribbing each other at lunch and whatnot, but there wasn't nobody like picking on nobody of that sort. We kind of just really stayed as a close-knit, age group. To me, high school was fun. I had a good time, met great people. It kind of seemed like we had a little rivalry out for the teachers sometimes.
Yeah.
We never felt that. We were done well, but I think that's any high school student.
That's right.
Played football, played basketball on great teams. Was able to come out with one state championship.
Okay.
I think a big part of me, that helped me, to succeed in those sports would be my family. Me being the youngest of 5, 3 boys, 2 girls, and having both parents in the household was just a blessing in itself. I take a big influence away from my father. I believe. I think my caring heart comes from my mom because I think she does a lot out of her heart. Not that I get that, but I try to take a lot from my father in just terms of just right, wrong, ethical, business sense. Because he was, dead on. Great man. And, I probably think about him every week. But upon that, I didn't have my grades. High school, then I had to go to junior college. It was either that or the Army. I think that was around the time 9/11 happened. I didn't think I could do well in the Army, so I went down to Southwest Mississippi Community College. Played there. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think that's great. So definitely give a shout out to your dad and your mom. And pardon me for interrupting, but you talked about your grades weren't that good. I mean, do you feel like you weren't trying? Do you feel like it was just tough?
No, I mean, I was a guy. I just didn't like homework.
Right.
It's not that. It's never once was I was like never paying attention.
Right.
Because most of the time I could be paying attention in class, and that's like 5 inches in itself in the class.
Right.
I mean, and I would study.
Right.
I would take notes. I would study. I just did not like homework. I didn't like bringing that stuff home and having to do it while I'm sitting at my kitchen table. Yeah. And that was a bad sense. That's just wrong, because it's work. And when you come to find out, when you get into the job sense, work is work and it needs to be done at the time that it needs to be done. Yeah. And you know, being a kid, you don't think about it. It's there, but you don't think hard on it. You just be like, forget about it.
Yeah. Well, that's good, though. I mean, and obviously you learn, and because of that, you know, and we all struggle. I struggled in school too, you know. And from that, you wind up going to a junior college just because you wanted to go to a specific type of school. And what junior college you went to?
Southwest Mississippi Community College.
Okay.
I had a great coach, Coach Green, Coach Gilchrist, rest in peace. You know, that was just a great experience. It was a culture shock, you know, going down straight to Macomb, Mississippi. You know, you go down there, your speech isn't the same. They know you ain't from around there. It's like you get the essence of when you walk into the door, they know, hey, you ain't from around here. And but, you know, I had a certain decorum, you know, a way of like being polite, mannerisms that, you know, I learned from my family that, you know, this is the way you need to be down there. And I never really had a problem. And like I said, it wasn't that I could never do the work. I finished out of there with a 3.5 and great scholarship to the University of Florida. And, you know, I worked my tail off. You know, I didn't have too many places to go while I was there, so the only focus was on me. So the only focus was to get better and be better in school, be better at, you know, the sport that I play. And so that's what I did. I would run a mile, you know, before the week started, just so I know I was in shape for school, before, you know, extra lifting when there wasn't nobody around. And that's, I mean, it's a hard motivation, but I'm in Macomb, Mississippi. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have nowhere to go. And, you know, those certain perks paid off to doing the extra and doing those things in school. And, you know, like I said, shout out to Coach Green. He would sometimes let me use the car. Where's the place to go? Go to the movies? But, you know, those things I needed, you know, because if you just cooped up, sometimes you don't, you know, you could lose it, you know.
So Macomb, Mississippi. And from there you went to?
The University of Florida.
Okay.
And upon being at the University of Florida, was a bit overwhelmed. The size of the campus, you know, the liveliness of people. Everybody's got something to do. Everybody's busy, busy. And my work ethic had to change again in terms of more of a demand and on your own, you know. And the demand was serious. 5 o'clock in the morning, going there to lift, and they're hammering. And you know, it comes to a point, you know, and I think this should be, if anybody, when you really are in the thick of it, or in the heat of it, or even at the low point, you gotta ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to continue? Because, you know, my body's sore, you know, I'm starting to get weary in my mind, I'm missing my family, or, you know, whatever have you. And you gotta check yourself, and it's a grind, it's a demand of yourself, and you gotta check yourself sometimes. You know, just in general, what's going on in your world, you gotta really be your own interviewer. And you be honest. You know, and I honestly want to continue, so I pushed myself, I got through. And unfortunately, my senior year, I broke my ankle. You know, I didn't do as well as I could have my first year there. I was playing, but I was mostly blocking, and that's on me. And my, you know, break your ankle, you come off an injury, you kind of like, everybody looking at you like, And so have you. I had my tryouts, had the tryouts with the Giants, had the tryouts with the Packers. Didn't seem to go too well. Then started playing, play semi-pro, which was a great experience. I met a lot of great guys. Like I said, shout outs to Darius, shout outs to my boy Mike, Nick Seliger, a lot of guys that I played football with. You know, they were great people, my man Dolphin, oh man.
I mean, it used, you know,
Kevin, like, man, I had great people. And You know, I felt good about football because at one point in time I wasn't feeling good about football, and I met those guys, and you know, it brought back a lot of like, man, this is what football was supposed to be. We didn't win a championship, but within itself, probably had one of the best seasons I ever played, and just best seasons as a team. We probably went like 14-0 a year. So.
And what you wind up, studying while you was there? What was your focus?
My focus was history.
Okay.
I felt that a lot of truth in history, a lot of truth of ourselves in history, the past, and how things, may tend to repeat, or maybe not even repeat, but words can then change what has been in the past and now still be. Just with a demographic of different wording.
That's right.
So you look at the past and say, well, they did it here, and this is what they're doing here, but they're just saying it differently. So that's what I figured. That's what I would like to study. I want to know the truth.
And what was you, Markell, when you first came out? What was your first job after you said, okay, I did my football thing? What kind of jobs did you have?
Well, I wanted to come work in school.
Okay.
I felt, and no disrespect, but this is just like a thought I always have to the teachers that told me, like, I felt I could do better. I felt if I could be a better influence to, the ones and the kids in high school transitioning into adulthood than those who try to talk to me. And because I never discriminate. I talk, and I work in there now. I'm currently working at Markell High School. And I've been from Whitefish Bay, Dominican, Job Corps. Shout out to the people at Job Corps. I've just been moving around, and everything has been working with kids. And I've never, my everything, I've never disrespected a kid. You have your little rib session with kids.
But you're a kid.
And you limit, but you got to limit, the part of the adult part of respect. And I never, straight out disrespect the kid. I always hit a kid with the truth. And, or take examples of either what they said or what they've done to against them. But, and I, was happy to do it. One of the aspects and one of the things that my dream to hope to become, would like to be, and I probably need to do a little bit more research and work a little harder. I have other things going on. Is to be a coach on possibly one of these Saturdays.
Okay.
And coaching something big time. Would like to, I think I know enough people. I got a lot of support. I know a little smart, football-minded individuals that I don't think why I couldn't bring us up or start that, make that happen. But
so you want to be a collegiate coach? That's what you
would like to be. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's the goal. But I will stay in my demographic because I believe I can also still help a lot of youth. Right. Not only am I at Marquette, but I also coach at Washington High School. Shout out to the kids at Washington High School and the coaches as well.
I think that's legit too, though, because you're just talking about, okay, look at all these places that you coach at this level. Now you're looking at, okay, now I want to go to this level, and having those goals and thinking about who your network is, like you just said, and putting it out there allows you to achieve those goals even more. So any advice? You're obviously giving a lot of advice to these young people, and this is the first two-part video because I know they want to hear more from you. What advice do you have for that high school student, and even that young adult that's saying, okay, this is my goal, this is what I want, actually knowing what you want?
That's put yourself first. Everybody, you got your family, your parents and stuff like that. Everybody I know in high school, if you're not working, if he doesn't have nothing on the side, you have a downtime. And even when I played basketball, there was a downtime. And if I didn't use that downtime correctly, I paid for it. And in that downtime, I know what's involved in it. There's social media, there's maybe a girlfriend, maybe a boyfriend or something like that, or they're just going out and having fun. But you got to think of priority because all those things are there already. They are already. What isn't already is your grades.
That's right.
What isn't already is how you prepare for the next challenge. What isn't ready is how you prepare for that next game coming up. And so you can sit there and rely just like it doesn't matter. I'm this good, I'm that good. But then there's that one person who is heeding, not even what I'm saying, but already is on it, and he's on it, and he's come prepared. There's a lot of times when you know, teams are looked at, you know, oh, that they're going to beat him, and so guys didn't prepare, and they're coming in and they're feeling sluggish. Well, the other team is not, and they're running, and it happens. You know, always prepare yourself, because there's power in preparation. You prepare yourself, you feel more confident, you feel more lifted, you have a lighter step because you're ready. And to be ready before anybody else is, you're ahead of the game all day.
That's what's up. We definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much again, Markell Thompson, for being a part. I know the young people are going to take a lot from this. And hey, you hear it from his mouth. Prepare for what you want. It's your future. Appreciate you, brother.
No problem.